Energy FC is proud to present the Devon Energy STEM Teacher of the Match. John Coerver is a gifted and talented teacher at Arbor Grove Elementary School in the Putnam City School District. Mr. Coerver's class had the task of building a maze with wooden blocks and connectors to navigate a sphero-bolt robot through. This project was meant to implement the students' lessons on coding as well as teamwork and problem solving.
They had a robot that they had to code through a maze that they built, and using those principles, they connected a few of their mathematical concepts to the classroom, like perimeter and area and speed and distance, ideas and properties surrounding a circle and different degrees and things like that.
Mr. Coerver tries to make all of his lessons as fun and relatable as possible to allow his students to really connect with the concepts they focus on.
It's a very entertaining prospect to have a robot in front of you and get to code it, and so it's very intrinsically driven in them to want to do it. It relates to so many things outside of school also that they have in their lives. But for future careers, I mean, it's obvious to understand that there are probably more than 50% of the careers out there have some sort of technical piece to it that they're going to have to know, and it's probably a lot higher than that. It's just that I'm a little older, and I don't really realize how much of a piece that is these days.
Energy FC defender Max Gunderson visited Mr. Coerver's STEM class and helped students build their mazes and program their sphero bolts. For Max, the students becoming familiar with technology early on helps them learn quicker.
Here, they're making you think outside the box, and not just one answer is the solution. So there's a lot of different answers that, the speed at which the sphere goes, the distance, and each maze was constructed differently. So everyone's got to think a little bit differently, and you can't just one answer fits all. As little kids now, they have access to those things. So for them to work an iPad or an iPhone is much easier than when we were kids. We didn't start getting iPhones. It was mostly in college time was when they started becoming more rampant. We had a Razor, and you didn't even have the internet. So for them, I think they're more accustomed to the technology, so I think they adapt a lot quicker than we did.
The technology at his disposal for teaching, compared to when he was younger, have allowed Mr. Coerver to help students relate to the lessons in ways that he couldn't when he was a student.
When I was growing up, they tried to teach us DOS commands, and I didn't see the connection at all at the time, because you couldn't really build a video game or anything that they would be into that I was into at that time. It really didn't translate, but they really have bridged that gap of not just seeing the Mars rover and understanding that that NASA's sending radio signals there, but they've bridged that gap to where these guys actually see, oh, I'm doing the same thing. I'm sending radio signals, certain commands to this robot to do something. And so we had nothing like that.
Mr. Coerver will be honored at halftime for an upcoming Energy FC home match and awarded a $1,000 check from Devon Energy for classroom and teaching supplies. John Coerver from Arbor Grove Elementary School, our Devon Energy STEM Teacher of the Match.